Alright, let me show you. Let me show y'all my knees. So I done had to cut icy hot patches in half. Cause my knees hurt. My knees hurt so bad. Alright, I'm gonna go for a little walk. On today's agenda, all we have to do is create content. Like literally, I don't get paid to create content. I wish I did. Honestly, get paid to create stock footage and stuff like that. One thing I want to get good at is being available. I think that's key. I think this is not this video, but I do want to explain this real quick. So being available is like, let's say you have a skill, you have a craft, and you always, no matter where you at in the world, no matter where you are in life, you're able to express that craft. And it's not even just about getting paid for that craft, rather than just being able to express that craft. Filming, movies, storytelling, reading books, that's that is like, bro, keys to the kingdom. One thing I want to do is master imagination. And I'm not saying I want to be a fairy or some type of wizard or anything. I don't feel like it's no limitations to this. Like right now, my mindset is way different. Right? But it just goes to show, like, being creative has nothing to do with needing something, more so than it has everything to do with believing in something. This is not creative, but I do like to play on the computer, and I done learned how to do DaVinci Resolve and Blender in 1 week. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm a master at it. I done learned DaVinci Resolve, which is a coloring software. Filmmakers and everybody use this to color grade and color correct film and photography and stuff like that. I also learned Blender. Blender is this software app that creates 3D models. I had to learn Blender because I plan on using Unreal Engine. Obviously, you can just use like Mixamo and stuff like that, where you have a whole bunch of 3D platforms, 3D backgrounds, and all this stuff that you can just download. But I wanted to be able to create my own personal stuff. And be completely honest, I'm one of those type of people. Not just doing it myself, but I be wanting stuff. I be wanting stuff very specific, bro. And so you can't get no specific rather than learning it yourself, so that you can have something specifically designed for you. It don't have to be perfect. 5 ways to not limit your creative potential. First way is going to be something that you didn't want to hear. Set a deadline. Meaning, if you know you have a project, you want to create a project, and you know you want to give yourself the week, you give yourself a channel or a platform to perform. Don't give yourself a deadline. You might not get out your content. You might not get out your potential. You just might get out the bare minimum because you're rushing. Get out what you can manage. Second is going to be with the flow. Don't let a challenge, don't let, oh, it's supposed to end up like this. So don't have imaginary expectations. Don't want to be in a position where you're trying to unrealized gains and you're trying to manufacture fake willpower for something that you really don't want. Set goals and set expectations that you know you can meet, so that when challenges come up, you have to move accordingly. Capacity of effort to actually act. Third would be not looking at it black and white. When I was looking into like creative direction and learning about being a creative specialist and all the extra stuff, like how business owners create businesses and stuff, just saying, they would say it's like looking at it like it's black or white, or like it's this way or that way, or poor and rich. You start looking at it like it's khaki. You start looking at the khaki. You start looking at the nuance, like what is the actual principle behind the system, what's the fundamentals behind this thing. Because at the end of the day, if I'm on this side, I can say it's black, but if I'm on the opposite side, I can say it's white. Even then, if I'm on the other side, I can say it's another thing. So you have to get behind that by seeing where the influence is actually moving, where's the attention actually going. To better explain it or better put it into words is, stop looking at things like it's black and white and look at it like it's khaki. We looking for durability, baby. Number 4, skills and drills. Cause it's gonna take a lot of training. You think your favorite rapper just woke up this morning and was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the best. Let me go put out this track. Let's look at all the hundreds of tracks he put out before that track. Let's look about before he was a favorite rapper, before he was even thought about of being a rapper. Skills and drills has to do with your training, your practice. Your 5th strategy is literally performance, which will be act with excellence. Now, I'm not gonna say this is easy, this is hard. I'm just gonna tell you, excellence is your expression. You know what your potential is. If you know you can do more, do more. If you know you have a little more in your tank, you didn't give all that you could, and only you know that ability. But if you performing 100%, and then all of a sudden you go up against another 100%, and you get challenged, and I see that you start to limit yourself, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna call you out, because it's not that I call you out in a sense of I want you to feel bad about yourself. It's more so I call you out because you need to be honest with yourself. I think we all need to be honest with ourselves. And when it comes to with me learning about creative nature and me learning about like creative nuances and just how spiritual the creative world is, it just gets to like you can only get that type of nature, that type of feelings from self-worth. And so it's like it's a belief. You have to really believe in yourself to achieve. But it's not just, oh, I believe I'm gonna make $1,000,000. Oh, I believe I'm gonna make this masterpiece of a project. No, it's a belief that this is exactly what I pictured in my mind, and if I could surpass that, that's the opportunity. This is the opportunity. Like I have the opportunity now to grasp that and to capture that. And so, real quick, I'm gonna tell y'all a little thing real quick. The first step in my motivation strategy is literally display form capture. I call it plan of utility. It's literally the equivalent as dreams. It's equivalent as the physical world. It's equivalent to desires. It's all that bundled in one. It's called plan of utility. What is another word for plan of utility? One word for plan of utility is platform, stage. And so with this stage, you're able to perform. I say this. I break it down into 3 for me to remember. Display, form, capture is because what is displayed is what you see. Form is in the middle, but it's you don't see. Obviously, we see it in form, but it's always in formation. Everything is always moving, and then you have capture. Capture means what the meaning itself. So that's the utility. You have a camera, right? Take a picture of something. The camera is only going to capture what was already displayed. You can say, oh yeah, I captured the form of somebody running, but you still speaking in formation, so you only like obviously you captured just a form, but you captured somebody running. You gotta remember the action and verbs, nouns, and proposition and commands, statements. You have to notice indirect and direct. That plays with accuracy, precision, and direct. And so all I think we know, but nobody's actually putting the effort into making sure that it's a principle in their life. Be more intentional and perspective about your everyday life and your routines, and that's how you create brand, create an actual meaningful change, because you start to actually, it's not that you just realize it, you become it. It starts to become your way of life rather than, oh, I have to change who I am. No, if this is your way of life, if this is your routine, it comes easy. And so if excellence comes hard, if excellence comes as this nuance, then you got work to do, because everybody has excellence in them. So by all means, you get it out. How bad do you want to bring that out of you? That's how I look at it.